And we're back. Yes. How you doing, Randy? Sorry about that. I'm just like having some issues with my setup. I couldn't even read the chats. Like I was reading the chats and it just wouldn't update. So I was having that issue. I apologize for that. It's just no worries at all. At all, it happens. Yes. I had like 8 people on, and then it just Joker messaged me and he said, "Hey, can you read the chats?" I'm like, I've been trying to refresh them and it did not do nothing. So I was like, oh crap. So I'm back. Hopefully we'll have no more issues for tonight. That stuff kind of can get frustrating a bit. So I apologize for the little inconvenience. So if you guys were messaging, I could not see them. I am so sorry. Have you been working on the book most of today? Yeah, I've been doing that and taking care of family stuff. It's been kind of a little frustrating, but got to still make it. There. All right. So yeah, we just had a little technical difficulty, some technical difficulties. So my bad. What about you? What have you been working on? Have you been drawing as well? Well, it's good the messages are going through now, so hopefully it doesn't have that again. I did a bit today. Been dealing with some life stuff, so it's kind of drained my creative energy. So that's been a bummer. Bummer. I have to work tomorrow morning and plan to draw since it'll be slow at my office. Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. Today was kind of one of those days. So I agree with you. So you're trying to do things right, and it's just sometimes. Oh, thank you so much, Joker. Thank you for letting me know that, because man, I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm doing both, random guy. I'm doing surgery and working on my manga. Should have seen when we were doing screen tones. Well, I'm glad the messages are going through it, and I appreciate that, Joker. Thank you. Yes, we're back. Hi, Epoxy Resin. Good, good. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I was like, man, what the hell? Like, I have all these people on here, and are they saying anything? If they are, I was like, I couldn't see. Like, it just had the message that Marshall put up, and I couldn't advance it anymore. Okay, we're good on this right here. Yeah, no, much. Thank you. Go ahead and release this. Get this panel all cleaned up. So I'll be on for an hour and a half because of the inconvenience. Your fave manga/manga artist? My fave. I have a lot of them. Miura is one definitely. Hmm. Toriyama. Who else? I've got a lot. The guy, fuck, I can't remember his name. The guy that did that does the Monben shows, that wrote Monster and. So we should be good on in this department. Then add final details to this, and you know, ink washes and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna do ink washes tonight. I just want to get my inks down. Oh yeah, the monster guy has really good art. I like his art, and I like his story writing a lot. I enjoy his story writing. See, now we're gonna let these dry up here a bit, so we're not putting our hand in the ink. And I'm gonna go ahead and work on this background real quick. You're naming some beats manga artists. It might be overrated, but I really like Berserk. Oh yeah, I love Berserk. I've got all the volumes here. Read them religiously, took them in, and but at the same time, I enjoyed the arts and the time he put in, and I respect that. All right, let's knock this background out. But yeah, Miura, yes, I love his work. I've got all his books except a couple of the omnibus kind of the big books. How are you doing, Nayland? If you were on here earlier, my bad if I didn't respond because my chat thing was acting dumb. I couldn't read the messages or anything. Where are you? Which country? What's going on, my homie? I'm in Ohio in the United States. Why? Why? I'm curious. Just kidding. Yeah. Um, I guess I can shill real quick. If you'd like, you can get Under God. I'm working on Volume 3 currently, right now, as you watch. You can get Under God, my manga, Volume 1 for $10, plus shipping and handling, at angelsoftherenaissance.com. You can get Volume 1 and 2. They're available. Physical copies for Volume 1 are available and digital. For Volume 2, it's just digital at the moment until I get the funds for the physicals, and that'll be soon. So, yeah, check it out. Under God, 252 pages, $10, plus shipping and handling. You won't pay that price, and you're getting a lot of content too, and a large story. Large story. This is all the art. So, yeah, check it out. But I must make my rounds and finish story meant to be. Precisely. Oh yeah, yeah. I love the Death Note mangaka artist. Yes. Ah, man, what is his name? A lot. I wish more game studios would let him do more character concept art for the game characters. Yeah, he has some very interesting designs. I agree. Y'all FWAOT. Y'all fuck with Attack on Titan? Yeah, you know what? I never got to finish all of it. So, yeah, at the moment, yes. It's funny thing about him. What is going on? Tadenzu manga. Take it you make manga too? Under God's so good it'll blow your mind. I'm working on it. I'm gonna make sure it's up there. Thank you, Joker. So yeah, check it out. Under God, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Available at angelsoftherenaissance.com. Yep, I'm actually an aspiring mangaka, but I'm in the process of making my first manga. Oh, hell yeah. How long have you been working on it? You work traditional or digital? Or hybrid? Kind of like both? No, not really. AOT isn't my cup of tea. I'll give it a finish, I'll finish watching it and give it a chance. On some real stuff, I kind of want to watch Monster again. Since March of 2025, I draw traditional. That's what's up. So you work with the nibs too, and screen tones and all that. I was doing screen tones the other day. People are really split on the ending, but I personally liked it. Yeah, I keep hearing that, and also the author himself, like he always, I guess he always listened to what the crowd was saying, and he didn't res, and it changed his. I guess it changed the way he did things. It's like he wrote it, but at the same time he kept reading other Twitter posts or something, or reading about the criticisms on his book, and then he kept making all these changes. I don't know how true that is, but I'm with him on that. The thing is, I want it true to be to what it is. Yeah, I remember hearing something like that. No, I'm not fortunate to have screen tones and G pens. Just use the good old mech pencil and a mechanical pencil and a regular black pen. Okay. I mean, oh, it was, yeah. Okay, so it was yesterday that so I was working with screen tones yesterday. Yeah. When you get a chance, check out jetpens.com. They have all the screen tones and the paper if you need it. On some real stuff today, Dr. Angel. Today I'm going with this one. I'm going with a smaller kind of paper in a cardstock, and because I like the absorption for doing ink washes, and I couldn't find anything thicker than this. The name of my site is angelsoftherenaissance.com, and Instagram, and we're all here on YouTube. You can follow me here too. Every little bit counts and helps grow the channel. So if you guys are new here, put a like on this video or stream, and subscribe if you're new, if you like to see more content. What are you drawing in this panel? Right now I'm working on a background. Putting this, well, thank you. Will do, thank you. I'm working on putting this background together, and there's gonna have like these city centers in the back. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Just putting in these trees down here, like the leaves are gonna be blowing. Yeah, G pens are cheap online. That's how I got mine. Yes, they are. They're pretty cheap, and you get a bunch of them too. I love the G pen. Like, love working with it, the nibs, and there's just something about it. I love working traditional. So yeah, just, so right now I'm putting in doing a rough design of the. Who is my inspiration? I have many artists as inspiration, even movies and comic books. Um, but I've always drawn all my life. So I never seen another artist where I'm. Well, I've seen other like older artists back in the day, and I just and my dad drew too, so that's another thing. He would doodle a little here and there, so I would. Yeah, I like Toriyama. He was inspirational too. Toriyama, Miura, many others, even artists from the older books from here in the United States too. So I like Japanese artists, American, everyone that's done this craft. It's like an understanding, like a universal understanding, you know. Yeah, Ralph, your backgrounds are awesome. I've been looking at Under God One, and what you do on the stream, they look fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, it's like I like pushing the limit, and I know in volume 3 I'm gonna really push it because every volume that comes out, want it to outdo myself from the last volume. It's like a personal goal and a test. Best r/manga on YouTube. My opinion. That's what's up. Fuck yeah. I know there's a lot of other indie creators as well. You guys gotta check them out too. I see art as a language. Everyone interprets things differently. And we'll have the same thing, but it's like at the same time, it's like we are. How would I say? I guess we all have a mutual understanding, you know. But I appreciate that. I mean, try to be humble with it. It's just like I appreciate that, but I won't say I'm the best or anything. I just do the work, and I just want to just share the work with everyone, and just bring entertainment in the story writings and stuff. So art runs in the blood, somewhat, yeah. My brother draws. My dad drew. He was like a master sergeant in the Air Force and stuff, and he would have these comic books and stuff, like the old like horror comics. And me and my brother used to sneak in his office and read them. And we thought they still are so fascinating that we just couldn't. We wanted to draw that kind of stuff too. That's awesome. So it's funny. My dad he watches some of my streams or my videos. It's nice that basically your whole family does art. Majority of them, yeah. My older sister doesn't. My younger one does, but mainly like my brother, he does the tattoos and stuff. They've been trying to get me to do tattoos, but I don't even have any tattoos. I do look at other indie creators. My friend got his indie comic that I love to read. Thank you, and I appreciate that. And like you guys go check out Penguin Boy. Like martial arts. He's putting in the work. Like because right now I'm looking at this year and next year is like to be on the grind. Like I don't want to get too comfortable. Like I want a bunch of stuff to come out next year and this year. Like no one in my family does any kind of art. Maybe that's why I have such a hard time learning it. Well, we're all family in here, and I'll do my best to help you with that. So your sneak skill is level 10? Yeah. Yeah, our sneaks, yeah, dude, but my mother, if she caught us in there, we would get our ass whooped. So, I love my mother, but she was pretty wild. And, but yeah, no, but it was worth it. It was worth finding those books and reading them because they're so amazing, It's just, even old manga, we're always wondering, like, how the hell did somebody draw this stuff, Like, the old books and stuff. Some, working on any studio or personal? I got this business, Angels of Renaissance. Um, I want to put out games and paintings like art and books. The whole 9 yards, the whole 9 yard. Yeah, and but yeah, that's where I want this company to grow to kind of almost be like a Studio Ghibli and have projects like major ones and video games, especially animation. Like have that whole department like unlock but put out like quality stuff and make things for everyone to enjoy, Create escapism, bring back what's lost or what's going to be lost. I don't have friends, I have family. Family, family, family. Well, you can be family here. I'll do my best and, try, show up and show the work and stuff and, try to give some pointers. I'll do the best I can. Damn, you're good. Oh, thank you, Eddie Beaver. Animation is the story. Oh, dude. Oh, I would love. You know how I would like it to be animated? You guys ever watch Berserk 97? That's how I would love to see Under God to be like animated like that, like old school, and keep the story, but really push it. Same. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you have to go out of your way to say, "Oh, I'm the best," where can I watch? Well, if I had an anime of Under God, then I would like, yeah, I would send the link to you right away, homie. It would be awesome to have one in the future. It'll happen. But yeah, Berserk 97. If you ever watch that, you can watch it on YouTube for free, actually. Um, Matter of fact, screw it, I want to watch that tonight. When I get off this stream, I'm watching Berserk 97 on YouTube. And it's just something about that. It's just like an old friend. Like even in these environments and stuff, I want to capture that mood of like a sense of a place these characters live in, and it's not flat. There's life to it, you know. So we got the trees somewhat in there. We can start adding a little bit more, kind of fill it in. Your card game, I'd love to play it one day. I love your TCGs. Did you used to or still play TCGs? It's funny. I never really did. When I made that game, I love Final Fantasy Tactics a lot, right? And I love like strategy, tactical RPGs. And I was like, since I like that, because I never played Magic, I ain't gonna lie. I never played Magic the Gathering. I've always watched other people play, but I've never really got into it like that. And I had my girlfriend at the time. She always played like tabletop games and all that stuff. So I was like, huh, let me make a game so she can give this a shot and play it so we can have this game and we can grow from there. But we ended up breaking up, things happen and she just couldn't be patient with everything. And but in the end I got a game, I got a card game, got my card game that I made. Took 3 years to make, but it's unfortunate that, she wanted to bounce out of that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Heck yeah, fun to watch. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things. But yeah, the card game, yes. Um, I think on a I'll do a little test, a little gameplay of that. Would you guys like that? Should I put a vote on that? The game is made. I have all the stuff. I just need to get the funds to get the bulk of it. The more expensive part of the game is the scroll. It's waterproof scroll that goes. And, I've had some, I guess detractors. I guess you can call them that. Said, "Oh, the game is too big. It's too big." And I was like, all you need is a table. I've never had that issue. Same, never played Magic the Gathering 2, but Yu-Gi-Oh's, that's my game. I still play it to this day. Man, I've looked at some of that Yu-Gi-Oh community. Man, you guys, that's crazy, man. Like, that's cool to watch, like, some of that, but it's like, uh, people take that serious. Like, people get beat up over Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was like, dang, that's serious. And I didn't know the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I didn't know he passed or like how he died. I didn't know he like drowned and stuff. I thought that was like crazy. But yeah, no. But yeah, dude, they take Yu-Gi-Oh! Serious. Yeah, that is horrible. It's not what I wanted to hear from happen to a fellow creator. Someone, you grow up watching the TV shows and just, like I never played the game, but I watched, some of the stuff. I watched other people play it. And we got a background here, kind of like the trees in the foreground. Then we could hit it up with some ink washes and stuff to add depth to it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. And I was like, man, do I have to do an ASMR video? But thank you, Nayland. I thought I had to do an ASMR video because I was like, oh shit, the chat's not responding, and Joker hit me up and he's like, hey, we're talking to you and you're not saying nothing pretty much. I was like, really? Oh, let me start this over again. So thank you again. I know the Yu-Gi-Oh! The community be wilding out. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Same with like the Smash Brothers. Dude's like a religion. But that's what it's because people love it and they're willing to go tooth and nail for it, and that's what I kind of like. That when people care about something like that, and I don't want to say someone get beat up and stabbed or something, but it's just a dedication that I see, and it's like awesome. Yeah, he died saving somebody. Oh, really? Well, see, I didn't know that right there. That's admirable. That's cool. Yeah, unfortunate, man. But his work will always live in all of our hands. To the ones that play Yu-Gi-Oh too, like that's the kind of thing, like leaving that legacy behind. Like I see like my works as like my children, and it's like leaving something behind, like a legacy. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was actually surprised. I was like, no, like it's not. That's not supposed to happen. Angel is giving silent treatment. I know, wasn't that? And I did not know. My bad. I didn't mean to give you the silent treatment. I wasn't giving you guys the cold shoulder. How you doing, Egg Bright? On Under God Volume 3? Oh, that's ready to go. It's good to have you here as well. We're all chilling out. He died doing good, that's right. I couldn't remember if I asked this before, but any advice on learning paneling? That's something that keeps me stalled a bit, not trying to derail the chat. Um, hmm. That comes in with composition as well. Like, you can have all your panels, like how you want to express or. I'm doing amazing. How are you, my friend? Doing good. Doing good. Just kind of giving a little advice here and there to the best that I can and what I use. Um, you come up with your composition, and with your composition, or like you have, let's say you have a sequence. I don't know. Let's say you're making someone, I don't know, making breakfast. So let's say you have 4 panels on that page. You can 4 or 6. I'll just throw that number out. In that, how like some panels you can have are sticking out off the edge. Where's a good one? Let me find something. You can have stuff sticking out off the edge, so you don't always have to keep everything boxed in. These I kind of have boxed in at the moment. There nothing's really spilling out of borders. But when you make things come out of the borders, it can kind of pop. It can give that sense of like it's like a different look. And there's a standard, I guess, to where you're how to do the panels and stuff. But you can learn that, but at the same time you can break those rules. You can understand the rules, but learn to break them. That's how you kind of become that. When you understand things and you just like, okay, I see how this engine works. But you know what? I think I'm going to add some turbo to it, or add another, uh, make this thing extra souped up. I understand the rules, but since I understand them, I'm going to break them now. And the ones that are afraid to break the rules are the ones that'll stay there. You got to be bold and learn to break the rules. Not with the law, nothing like that. I'm going to break in people's windows and go hurt people. But I'm saying in drawing wise, or in in things of doing like even culinary stuff like that. You just break the rules, but you understand it, and it's okay. You can either keep playing safe, and someone says, "Hey, you're drawing on the wrong size paper, or you're doing this." Well, I understand the rules, so I'm going to break them. If you can't understand that, that's fine, because I'm going to break them regardless of what you say. Well, it's not action pack enough, or it's not because you're drawing on that size or whatever. It doesn't matter what you say because it's irrelevant to me now. It's all good. I'm just joking. Plus, it wasn't your fault. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I know. That is very true. So yeah, that's how kind of how I operate. I understand how it works and how it is, but the thing is, after a while, I don't like to conform. But yes, you can do that. Make characters pop out of the panels. Um, how are you gonna, create a composition? You know what? Real quick, I guess I can show you. I might have to just derail for a second. So, like, I'll use this. You broke the 180 rule. 1 October got her hug, but it made sense because it was a major movement. Thank you. Yeah, I'll break that rule. I'll break it. I'll break it into pieces. And I may have people bitch about it, but I don't care because it doesn't matter. Because stop, understand it, but don't always conform to those things. I've learned about that. You gotta have the right paper. You gotta have it this way. You got too many fucking rules. Shut the fuck up. Let me draw what I need to draw. Get it? Fuck. Shut up. So here it is. So I have a panel here, like that, your standard panel, whatever. Yeah. Thank you, LeMay. I appreciate that. And then you caught that. I remember a art teacher I was watching to learn how to draw. He said artists learn the rules so they can break the rules, and it'll make your art pop. Yeah, he's fucking. Excuse the language, but I get really passionate about that stuff. Yeah, freak it. If you can convey the message and still, oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Joker. If you can still convey the message, like if two people are standing in a room, right, and they're looking at each other, but if you can manipulate, uh, if you can do things to where it's like, all right, well, I'm the cameraman and I know I can walk around these characters. Most people are saying, no, you got to stay here and there. You got to keep it 180, you know? And I'm like, I want to go 360. How about that? You guys can do that. I'll do that. I like that better. So you can have your panels here, set them up. But then you can have a character here, doing stuff. What's going on, Lady Elena? I've been drawing for all eternity, Egg Bright, since the beginning of time. So, like, you can have a character in this panel, and you can make their head pop out of it. Or something, like, you can have things float out off the boxes. Good evening. Oh, I like your avatar, by the way. That's like one of my characters I use in Third Strike. Third Strike is a more advanced game to me personally than Street Fighter 6. You guys can argue with me on that, but Elena is like one of my characters and that I used in Third Strike. I'm a real god then. Well, I'm not. Nah, I've just been drawing for a long time. I enjoy it, and I'm willing to help people with what I can. It's how you come with your compositions. So yeah, you can have your panels, and maybe you want things to come out of the panel. It's what you do and how you set it up. How do you make things pop? But if you stay conformed within the boxes all the time, like an apartment building like that, then it's just gonna be kind of bland. You know, it'll be bland. So we have this constantly, right? we have something like that. But you can, like, how are you going to make this a little more exciting? How can you make these panels jump or pop? So we want to go ahead and work on our hair a bit. Nice apartment you drew. Yeah, it becomes like an apartment. Good. Yes, that's a good analogy. Yes, it's like an apartment. It's like, well, I don't want it to look like an apartment building with panels in it. I want to expand it, or and I always keep this in mind too. I always look at it, yeah, I'm telling a story, but also I want to keep the aspect of art, still there. Because to me, um, I guess I heard the thing like, well, it's disposable, you throw it away. But me, if I'm going to be here and do this, I don't want a wham bam, like, thank you, ma'am. I want more like this is a work of art. If I'm going to spend my time anywhere, I like to go and put my time into it. Go above and beyond to the best of your capabilities that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you do it and you really believe in it and you put your heart and your passion into it, it will matter. It matters. Just don't just do it as a hobby. When you say I just do art for a hobby, I mean, yeah, you can. You can. Don't get me wrong. But why not say, no, this art is like my life. My life is not a hobby. I see it more than beyond that. You may interpret it, oh, that's just a hobby, but to me, I'm like, no, man, it's deeper than what you're thinking. Yeah, yeah, I broke the 180 rule a bit in Undergod. That's okay. And somebody complains, well, just tell them I told you. Send them here. When I draw comics, I like making the panels look like silhouettes of objects like vending machines and cars, etc. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty creative. It's just what you do with it, and but also not lose the story in your composition. So keep that in mind as well. Like, dude, the page looks cool, but where do I start reading this thing? So keep in mind that you're making a book, but you can go beyond that. That's right. That's cool. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. You don't want people to use this. It's just a hobby excuse so they can improve. Yeah, like no. I want to take this serious. A hobby is like, oh, I do it here and there, but when you dedicate it, your life to it and stuff like that, it's like, no, man. Like, I see more value in my life and what I'm doing than just a hobby to someone. To me, it's beyond that. So we got this here, and I guess I can go ahead and start working these panels here, or jump to the next page and just kind of work off of that and just let this dry for a bit. So these like my rough pencils here. and I start like kind of rough out. Got my fine nib and my G pen here. The G pen. We're gonna head start drawing sevens here. The G pen, yes. Yeah, real quick. I know this is rant. But yeah, no, I've seen that King Cobra died, the YouTuber, and I used to see him here and there, put stuff up, and I caught that he, kind of heartbreaking. It's unfortunate. His dad was pretty devastated by it, and yes, rest in peace, Cobra. Rest in peace, King Cobra, and may things. I hope you find your way. Let's see. Yeah, uh, you know, I think he's battling through depression and stuff, dealing with stuff, and yes, he was a YouTuber. Yes, rest in peace. Yes. Yeah, his dad put a video up. It's pretty heartbreaking. He saw his dad really loved his son, and you know, 'cause we do kind of live in a cold world. It's just random, he made like random stuff, like stuff that he did in his life. Like some of the foods he ate, I wouldn't agree with. I wouldn't put that in my body. But he cooks stuff on his videos. And I guess he played guitar too. He's like acoustic, played instruments. But I remember him like cooking, always cooking random stuff. So I think his last video he posted was 4 days ago, and heard about his passing today before I start streaming earlier. The first time. 7's here. I'll go ahead and ink that instead of trying to draw out. With his name, I thought he probably made snake content. No. I always thought of the uh, the 40-ounce drink. He had a pet lizard. I didn't know that. But let's say he's in a better place. No more suffering. Sometimes we suffer for our own art and our creations just to be, just to make a statement to say, hey, I hope I can be understood through my works. Because socially, maybe I'm not understood, but maybe through my works, someone can understand my language. I only know him as the guy who cooked interesting foods. That's that right there, yes. Like I said, there's some things I would not eat. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. I mean, he meant well, you know. Sure, no one got hurt under his watch that I know, but you know, what was the piece of advice or of knowledge that really you guided you to improvement out of curiosity? I'll say this: I had a mentor. I mean, I drew. I've always drew even before I've known my mentor. I drew and stuff, but he showed me the old Renaissance, like how to make my own oil paints and all that stuff, and uh, you know, I already knew composition, so I already had all that. He's like, here, I'm just gonna show you how to use these materials. But the way I was trained in that and to improve and all that, I would not advise. No, I would not. If I needed you to improve, I wouldn't be calling you things off that's not in your birth certificate. And had some dishes he made, like, damn, that would mess my stomach. Yeah, man, like a hand grenade in the body. Like, yeah, some of that stuff, like, nope. Hi and bye. Will you YT? That is so good. Cool. Yeah, yeah, he was a bit of a dick. I mean, I learned the Renaissance stuff, like the old masters stuff, but damn, I wouldn't be saying things that's not on your birth certificate to have you improve as a human being. Because at the end, with all that, I mean, I still did my own stuff, but at the same time, I was dealing with the mental shit stuff as well. You know, it's just like, I'm like, hey, I need to learn how to create this composition or do this or draw this picture. I don't need to know that I should be euthanized just because I wanted to draw a picture, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't do that. Make you feel like you don't want to do anything. It's just not. I could have improved without all that because then it just made me resent working with them. And it's just like, are you in good faith? Is your criticism? What are you? Do you mean well, or are you just trying to just get under my skin? With no solution. I'm just trying to get on your skin, but with no solution. So anytime someone says, "Hey, well, how are you gonna fix it? Tell me if I'm fucking something up. Tell me how I'm gonna fix it. Don't tell me that it's fucked up and not have a solution because that's just not good. You better have an answer for it. Well, you messed this up over here. So how are you gonna fix it? I don't know. Then how can I take your advice? Am I right? What he said, what point him out? Okay, because that's range. Oh, it's tough love. I'll say that it's tough love. I learned some stuff, but at the same time, yeah, psychologically thinking too much about it, really, yeah, for sure that sucks. He was a crappy guy. Yeah, there's some things I'm like, yeah, you didn't have to say that, dude. Sometimes I wish I can find a art mentor, but other times maybe it's better to just go solo all of this. you know, um, my best bet is observe. If you come to this channel, I'll do my best to help with that. Minus and dehumanizing you and stuff. I really hate people like that. Believe me, October, her character, you'll see. She goes through a lot of that stuff too. Sevens too. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like if I were to show somebody something, I wouldn't be like, "Hey man, you did it wrong. Why'd you fucking show me this?" Get like Chef Ramsay level. Like no, that's how I was taught in the Renaissance stuff with all that yelling and stuff, and I didn't like it. It made me a bitter and angry person at the time, and it took like 10, 11 years to get rid of that feeling of feeling like I wasn't shit, wasn't worth it. And I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm better than that. And it took a long time. It's like, man, I just want to paint pictures and draw. And now I'm dealing with I'm an asshole, or I'm not an asshole, but that I should be taken out because I didn't draw this picture right. It builds us as people to not end up liking them. Exactly. Precisely. And it's just like I don't need that. How can I learn with that crap? So I steer clear from that kind of crap. Like if I notice it and see it and recognize the patterns of it, I'm like, nope, we're good. But if you're working for a company, you have deadlines and stuff, be on it. Stay on that stuff. Don't be a hindrance, but also remind yourself like, hey, I'm working for some people, and I have to meet my deadlines. You have to have that kind of discipline too. But with all that yelling and all that stuff, yeah, it's not needed. Like, damn, dude, I could have done without all that. you know. To be honest, Chef Ramsay plays it up for American TV. He is calmer on British TV. Oh yeah, but have you heard of his mentor? His mentor is an asshole. I actually did a study on him, and because I love culinary, you know, all that stuff. And his mentor like calmed down since then, but Marco was his name. But damn, you see where it came from. It rubbed off from him, and yeah, and I totally understood what Chef Ramsay was going through, getting yelled at like that. Our friends can help you want to get better, and plus you can grow together. I've been looking for an art friend. I'm taking applications. That's true. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not trying to be nice and tell you. Yeah, you can tell me the truth, yes, and be as blunt as you need to be. But also in that we can all be art friends. What's going on, Rocket Man Art? Yes, we all can. We'll be all art friends, buddies. Just learn from each other, or pick up stuff. Um, Minus all the derogatory claims, statements and all that, because it doesn't make you a better artist or improve you. You can take things to heart and be like, man, but the tough love thing, I'll give him this. Like he'd say stuff like, you can either keep creating and make this happen, or you can give up and not let it ever happen. I really hate the people that know a little bit more than you, then think they got something over you. Yeah, that too. And being pompous about it. Like if I know something, I'm willing to share, but uh, at the same time, you have to be careful with that too. I've dealt with people where I'll put something out and they'll claim it as their own, and as if no one ever showed them or taught them anything. I've dealt with that too, and Yeah, it sucked. But like I said, I wouldn't do that to someone. But if something needed to be done and someone was working for me, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, man, you got." I would ask and be concerned, like, if this ain't for you, not no hard feelings, but we're working on a project here and we need this. I mean, like teachers, yeah, yeah. Um, I had an art teacher back when I was in high school, and I always loved drawing anime, all that stuff. I mean, I did, figurative sketching and all that, but they didn't like anime and all that stuff because they were like, it's not gonna make you money or it's not gonna do that. I'm like, so I don't care about that like that. I just love drawing this stuff. So yeah. So I got like 28 minutes because when this thing, I've noticed when I hit over an hour and a half, the quality goes to shit. Just letting you guys know. Typical art schools. Yeah, See, I was like in a high school because I never went to art school. I was in high school for some of the classes because it was acquired. One of the what are they, vocational kind of classes. Yeah, I never went to art school. I taught myself how to draw and all that stuff. But when I was in art class in my senior year and all that stuff, like uh, yeah, I just couldn't. Nah, anything is art. I hate it when people say anime isn't art. It is art. Oh, same. Yes, it's definitely art. It's gonna make you money, but the Dragon Ball movie made 10 million, so I guess drawing anime can make you money. Yeah, exactly. It's like overlooked. Like painting, video games, these card games, like this book. Like I want to create a whole world with this. Do stuff like what the other indie creators aren't doing. I know that they do their own thing and stuff, but at the same time, like, and I applaud everyone that's in this. But at the same time, I want to be, I don't know, put the work out that I've always wanted to put out, and not hold myself back because of what someone thinks. And sometimes you have to not give a fuck what people think about you and just do it. They'll give you their opinions, and you're like, mm-hmm. You say, nod your head, yeah, and keep doing what you're doing because you're the only one that can make your world believable. I see so many dumb random video games that make like 7 million. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you're like, if they're doing that, like, let's make something awesome then. Let's not make a dumb random video game. Let's actually put some thought into this. Stand aparts, in a way, you know, because I don't want to fall into the same blueprint. I mean, hell, look. Okay, so I got my first Kickstarter failed. Of course, it failed. I'm put out under God. People seen the work and everything, and there's like books out there where they'll do these 5-year campaigns or campaigns. Don't even put out a 48-page book. But over here in Angels of Renaissance, putting out 3 books, 4 books a year. But I can't get the funding like they do. So the thing I got to do is make it popular and keep dishing out the work and make it happen. You know. So I see that I'm like, I got to build this popularity up on my well, but I see that I'm like, you guys are getting books in a year, this many books, but you guys want to wait. You guys want to wait years for something. I don't know. That's to me, that's a dummy move. You want to wait years to get something and pay for it up front, like hundreds of dollars or whatever you're paying for a 20-page book that you don't know if you're going to be alive in the next 5 years. but they got your money. So here, I'm producing the work. I'm showing you guys the hamburger is being made behind the counter, and I'm not spitting in your food. I'm doing the work, and they can't see that. So I'm gonna build my own audience through what I'm doing right now. And thank you guys for being here. Are you planning to sell your books in stores? Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Barnes and Nobles would be cool. Right now, I want to build this up, build up all the. I feel if I have a bigger catalog, I can be much more effective. So we will try it again on a Kickstarter in the future when Volume 5 comes out. It, in a way, I see it like it. Yeah. Look at Schedule 1. It was made by one guy, and it made him a lot of money. I'm so excited for you. Thank you, Egg. Right. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's like one of those things. Like, yeah, it can make a bunch of money, whatever. But to me, I feel it's beyond the money too. You know, like yeah, the money's there. You can get you some nice things, dress up nice, have some good food and all that stuff, some nice things. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to get lazy and get comfortable. Like I need to get these done. I need to get this series done and out to you guys. You know, show the world. It's the message, the story is my concern. Like the money, all that stuff, it'll come with it. But I'm not too worried about that. You know, people feed off of drama. Yes, I agree. They like the drama, and I've seen a lot of other creators. There's creators out there that they like to do more talking than drawing, and the drawing, the talking seems to be more of the point than the art and completing the works. So let's get to volume 4, and you know, while they make drama, I'll be making books over here. People feed off of drama. Making funny character shorts for YouTube and TikTok might help. Yeah, I do little shorts of like, hey, how fast can you draw your character, your OC, or you know something like that. But drama, you know, I know it's there, it sells, but I just don't want to fall into that. Don't want to lose the charm and just be in the money. Yes, money will come and go. It'll be there. It's you know it's nice to have, um, but don't lose the focus. Like don't lose your dream. Don't get lost. Do not get lost. Things you have to know how to control that those urges and stuff. Yeah, how fast can you draw OC's angel? My angel, oh, less than 3 minutes. And I'm sitting there like really like pushing it out like that. Yeah, 3 minutes or less. Yeah, I can draw October pretty fast. I'm too old to chase any drama. I just want to tell stories. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just want to tell stories. And that's, you know, that's where I'm at. I want to just tell stories, create entertainment, and create escapism. The thing is, you're being real, and not many people have that. What are the eyes for, Joker? I know, I appreciate that. Like, yeah, um, I'm just saying, stating it, you know. But I do see that. I'm just like, damn, you know, like, I want to put the work out. I'll do this. But if it takes me to put out several volumes just to get, you know, some kind of recognition on that, then, you know, I see that's kind of insane. But at the same time, you know, it's just like, well, I just gotta keep going, you know, no matter what anyone says. I mean, would you guys want me to had stop at volume 1 and not continue because it wasn't making money like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's not making money, so I better stop working on Under God altogether and just say fuck my dream because it's not making that material, that money that I, it's like, no, I need to tell this story, you know. So yeah, I see a lot of creators out here. They're more dictators than creators, and they'll dictate on what you should be, how you should work, and how you're working. It doesn't matter the skill level or whatever. It's got to be to what they're doing. So I'm just like, well, you guys stay and keep those rules. I think I'll stay with mines and I'll have my art like this. I will break the rules. So I don't give a damn what they think. I will break them. I'll break them in their face. You're enjoying doing what you're doing, and that's the point. Yes, precisely. And that's how everyone should be like, dude, I love doing this. It's like I'm free here. This is my sandbox. This is my world. And you guys happen to stumble upon it and see it. So if the community doesn't want you to be a part of it, say so be it. I'm honored, good sir. If a community doesn't want me or won't acknowledge like I'm doing the indie stuff too, then you gotta say fuck you and say fuck them, and let them die and do what they're doing. And the only thing you can do is keep putting out the work. But if they send something your way, then you gotta handle it too. But it's one of those things. It's like I refuse to conform to someone's ideas and thoughts on how I should be and what I should be doing. What's the point of living when you're conforming to someone else's dumbass idea of saying, "Hey, you're doing this. This is not to my liking. You're doing this wrong." Well, go sit on my G pen. So how you doing, Chunky Seal? Well, come join. You're fine. I'll be here for like 16 more minutes because then everything's gonna go to shit. How are you gonna doing, Animan? Just working on volume 3 of Undergod of my manga. Other than that, I appreciate you guys all stopping in and like hanging out and stuff. And going dealing with my ranting a bit. I just get really passionate about this stuff because I care about it a lot. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be talking like this. And people that say, "Hey, we're the only ones that do things traditional, and we're the ones," then they haven't been looking. I'll just say that it's pretty blind. They don't look, and that's why in some ways I say the indie community in some ways is kind of blind. But I'm glad you guys with eyes found this. Some of the other popular guys they can't see it. It's really funny. So I guess I assume I have to treat them the same way too. But I'm not petty like that. I'm willing to acknowledge people and see them for who they are, not be a stick in the mud and feel a certain way, because no one's got time to be jealous or feeling that way or in their feelings. But we're human, I guess, and we deal with all kinds of stuff. The fountain pen shading thing is so cool. Thank you. It's the little G pen. It's the G pen. I'll be here for 5 minutes because I have school today. Morning. Dang, what time is it? It's like 9:41 here. You must be on the other side of the world. What's a good way to practice the hatching and cross hatching shading methods I use? My thing is the contours of the shapes. Like, okay, okay, let me see. Oh, wow. Yeah. Where the hell are you? 7 a.m.? I can't guarantee you that you'll catch the stream like that every time. So this is what I do, Randy, because my footage is gonna go to hell in 13 minutes. All right, this is what I do. Quick. So I'll use the Maru pen. This is what I'll do. So remember our little cylinder? You know, like such, right? All right. Where's our light source coming from? We're gonna pick a light source. Let's say the light is coming from up here. Oh, you're fine. You've asked, so I gotta stop, and I'm willing to show you. Here's a light source coming from above, right? So I got these little things to say this is light. So when I'm doing my shading and stuff, you know, and when I'm working with the contours of this cylinder, you see, and I'm working around it. You're shaping it, you're rendering it, you're building depth and weight to it. But you're fine. You asked, and I'm willing to show. See what I mean? So you want to go with the body of the cylinder, so it's not flat. So yeah, I kind of screwed it up a bit, but it's just the idea of doing it to give you an idea. Because if I had the cylinder like this, like a can, let's just have a can like this. Okay. All right. Good. Good. Okay. Now, but if I had a can, if I did lines like that, you see how flat that looks? Looks like a ruler. But if I'm going with the contours of it, slightly, you see you can shape things. You're rendering it. But yeah, so yeah, you have any questions? I don't mind. I got 10 minutes. I'm still wanting to get my hands on your book, but I recently purchased the book God Husk a few days ago, and I'm excited for it to come in. God Husk. Makes sense. I appreciate it. Oh, you're fine. God Husk? Yeah, check out Under God. $10. 252 pages. You can't beat it. Volume 1 and Volume 2 are available. Hard copies, $10 as well, plus shipping and handling. Use a brush on his face to make it So I'm not sitting there drawing the whole thing. Are you a ketchup person or mayo? I'm curious. What does that have to do with anything? I like or is this a joke? It's a joke, ain't it? What do you guys think? Is it weird like that? Thought I'll ask. You're fine. Usually I wait for the punchline and like, oh, it's a troll trying to troll me. But no, you're fine. No. They're okay. Um, it's fine. But what kind of? If you're a ketchup person, what kind of ketchup do you like? There's no one. I just want to know your preference. Kind of. Oh, well. I guess I like them both. Oh, it's always going to be available. That's the thing too. Is these Kickstarter campaigns and all that stuff. No, when I buy the books, I'll have them on the store available all the time until the stock runs out. Then I'll just buy more. But they'll always be there. Um, I'm shooting for 35 volumes for Under God. I'm shooting to get to volume 4 this year. So just keep in mind that everything's going to be pretty consistent and there's always going to be work coming out of this company. So I plan on staying on that and be aggressive on it as well. Oh heck yeah, yes, I plan on it. I ain't giving up. Giving up is not in my blood, and see other creators, say things to make you feel comfortable of saying you're the best and all that. But it's just say whatever you need to help you sleep at night. To me, I just let the work talk, and that's all I have to do is do the work and let it talk. But the stream was nice. Well, thank you. You're the SEALs Team 6. If I need to, yes. I subbed and might join another stream. Oh, fuck yeah. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Yeah, anyone new here, sub, like, subscribe to this channel. I'm here Monday through Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Ohio time. Never giving up. Yes, don't ever give up. Never give up. You made it this far in life, and you've gotten here just because of someone's opinion of you, or whatever they think. Don't be like, don't believe that's part of your lore. That's not you. That's their dumbass thinking. Wait, that means I'll have to join like 6 a.m. for me when you start streaming. Unless you want me to start at, well, see, I used to like start around 9 sometimes, but yeah, 7:30 is the time I go because it's kind of an expected, like everyone's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're gonna be here." Yeah, I'm like pretty easy to get to know, talk to. Um, I do have a private life. I like to stay private in some ways. Don't worry, you can do it whenever you're comfortable. I'll be here, But I'm glad you subbed. Thank you. So I want this channel to grow, to do its thing and just want to see other people grow as well, Like I don't have hate towards anyone. Just try to put your best out. And life is short and tomorrow is never guaranteed. and keep that in mind. Plus, I'll try and join, but my exams are in a way. Well, good luck on your exams. No, you're fine. Your exams, you studying, getting no, it's more important right now. I appreciate you, trying to get on these streams, but no, work on your. I don't want you losing sleep and all. No, make that happen. But I appreciate the effort. You guys have a great day and night. I hope you all have the cold side of the pillow every day. Well, thank you. Good to have you here. So I appreciate you guys all for stopping in and just hearing me rant a bit. I know I try to keep things professional. By the way, you're a great artist, in my opinion. Go now, or I'm missing my bus. Yes, go. Get on that bus. I used to miss my bus a lot when I was a child. When I was younger, I missed my bus. Like, I'd be running to my bus stop as the buses start taking off. And let's see, I got to work on a picture for Yoshi this week. And I'll get that to him hopefully this coming weekend. Um, even Renowned Zero, uh, thank him too. He gave me a shout out. He had Norwal on his channel, another creator, and I like the networking. I like meeting everyone and seeing who's involved. Like it's fucking cool. So yeah, you guys deal with creators that say, "Oh, we're the best. We're doing this." Like why? Why are you so insecure? What's your problem? Why do you need to talk like that? What's wrong? Somebody hurt you. So I don't know. I come from like an old school time, so that's how I learn things. All right, you guys. I got like 2 minutes, and then everything's gonna go like Game Boy graphics on my video. Man, but I appreciate you guys like for real, like stopping in. Let's see if we can get this in. Yeah, and there's no hate here, just observing and watching who's out there and who's saying what, and Oh man, it's always good to have you here too, Randy. I appreciate you guys very much, and you guys help. Well, good night, Egg Bright. Thank you. You guys really help make the stream go. Like me naturally, I'll say I'm introverted as hell. Like I keep to myself, but when you guys talk and stuff and say things, it lets me open up and actually interact with you guys. And it helps me out in a lot of ways. So I appreciate you guys for stopping and coming through every time, and you can't beat that. It's been really fun. Yes, it has. It has been very fun. I enjoyed it very much. Seeing what I can do before I call it. Let's see if I can get her inked up a bit. All right, y'all. All right, I better go. So I'll finish this off stream. But I'd love to hang out longer. It's just uh, things are gonna start getting choppy, and you guys won't be able to see what the hell I'm drawing. And I'm not trying to put you guys through that. So yeah. All right, for reals. I'll see you guys Monday. All right. Today's Friday. Yeah. I'll see you guys Monday. Same time, same place. Thank you again for. Uh, you guys have been awesome, and I appreciate you very much. You have a good weekend too, Randy, and practice those cylinders, practice those shapes, and your brush strokes, your all that. Same with everybody. You guys practice, practice, practice. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't be I should have, could have. Put the best that you can. Make it or not, but still put the best of you out that you can. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys again Monday. So you guys have an awesome weekend, and thank you guys very much. You guys have a good night. Oh, fuck. Real quick. I have to chill. I have to. And I hope it's not like all blotchy and stuff. But if you guys like, check out Under God, Volume 1 and Volume 2. You can get it at angelsofrenaissance.com. And you can follow me on X, Instagram, and of course we're here on YouTube. So check out Volume 1 and 2 of Under God. You can get physicals and digitals for $10. But physicals, of course, $10 shipping and handling as well. So it's all here. 252 pages. And Volume 2, 278 pages. So in the meantime, you guys have an awesome night and an awesome weekend. And go have fun. Good night for now.